Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Jimmy Butler's former teammate gets candid about chemistry with Stephen Curry. Warriors. The Golden State Warriors, after trading for Jimmy Butler, cemented themselves as one of the best teams in the league despite having to battle their way through the play-in tournament. On Tuesday, the Warriors beat the Memphis Grizzlies to advance to face the Houston Rockets in the first round. Butler scored 38 points and Curry offered 27 of his own, including 10 in the final 2 minutes, icing the game. Before February, Butler and Curry had never played together, but the trio of those two, and Draymond Green, has played near-flawless basketball, perfectly complementing one another. These guys, I've never seen two guys that have not played together seem like they played together forever, right? Said former Heat player Udonis Haslem. They literally just really built the relationship and fast-tracked it. To see that they like he's been there the whole time. I love what they've been able to do offensively. They have a hell of a stretch against a good defensive team, but I think they can put some points on the board if these two guys can play at that level. As the Warriors look ahead to their first-round matchup, they certainly have the experience that Houston lacks, as well as a winning pedigree. Add in the league's toughest competitor in Butler, and it's hard to imagine Golden State losing early. Despite playing on the road and being the underdog, the first game is scheduled for Sunday night in Houston. NBA admits refs missed multiple calls in Wild. Warriors Grizzlies finished. Last night's matchup between the Golden State Warriors and the Memphis Grizzlies was a doozy until the end, so much so that Warriors star Steph Curry and coach Steve Kerr embraced in triumph after a 121-116 victory, but the tantalizing part came in the final 2 minutes on a pair of questionable calls against the Warriors. Per the NBA's L2M report, calls that the referees now admit that they missed. The first call came when Draymond Green was fouled out for a re-in call against Grizzlies guard Scottie Pippen Jr. Green protested the call, but to no avail. Then Warriors guard Brandon Podziemski was fouled with 37 seconds left while contesting a shot against Pippen, even though fans said it was a clean block. The L2M report clearly states that Podziemski had a clean block and that he shouldn't have been called for a foul in the final 37 seconds. Per of Brett Siegel of Clutch Points, Warriors forward Kevon Looney was hit with a foul for a play that he wasn't involved in much. His teammate Moses Moody was going for the rebound when he shoved into Grizzlies center Zach Edey. Looney was called for the foul, and Edey went to the free throw line. Edey made both free throws and cut the Warriors' lead to a point with 14 seconds left in the game. The Grizzlies found themselves trailing 119-116. Then John Morant tried to foul Curry, but Curry knocked the ball out of bounds with 7 seconds left. The report stated that the ball should have returned to the Grizzlies because it went off Curry's hands. The momentum shifted in the favor of the Grizzlies, who seemed poised to come back with the win. However, they were rendered with a 5-second violation with 5 seconds left. The win puts the Warriors in the playoffs, and the exploits of Curry and Jimmy Butler played a big role, but the fans wouldn't let the referees off the hook for those missed calls. These refs indeed suck. How is that a foul on Draymond? Warriors in 9 posted on X. This honestly might have been the worst officiated game of the year. Wasn't 5 seconds, and even if it was, the refs usually would swallow that whistle to not decide the outcome of a game. OGP to hold Ja Morant, which should have been a dead ball foul. LV Stakian posted on X. Though the Warriors made the postseason and referees admit they were wrong, the fans seem unlikely to forgive. Why did Klay Thompson leave the Warriors? 3 main reasons. Klay Thompson left the Golden State Warriors because of unsuccessful contract negotiations, a change in role and playing time, and a disrespectful final offer. Klay Thompson leaving the Golden State Warriors marked the end of an era for one of the most successful dynasties in NBA history. After 13 seasons for championships and countless unforgettable moments, he decided to move on. While his exit may have seemed inevitable, here are 3 main reasons why Thompson left the Warriors. 1. Unsuccessful contract negotiations. The biggest reason Klay Thompson chose to leave Golden State was how contract negotiations unfolded. The Warriors front office didn't appear to prioritize him as they had for his longtime teammates Stephen Curry and Draymond Green. While Curry remains the face of the franchise and Green was awarded a lucrative 4-year $100 million extension, Thompson's negotiations were far more uncertain following GSW's 2022 championship. The organization focused on extending younger players, such as Jordan P., who received a 4-year $128 million extension, and Andrew Wiggins, who was locked in with a 4-year $19 million deal. Meanwhile, Thompson was reportedly hoping for a long-term commitment reflecting his legacy with the team. When the Warriors instead offered him a shorter deal with a reduced role, it became clear to him that he was no longer viewed as a core pillar of their future. To change in role and playing time during his final season with the Warriors, Thompson experienced a significant shift in his role for the first time since his rookie year. He was moved to the bench. The transition was not easy for the proud sharpshooter, who had been a core starter throughout Golden State's dynastic run. He had spent years battling back from 2 devastating injuries: an ACL tear in 2019 and an Achilles rupture in 2020, just to return to elite form. Despite his efforts, Klay played fewer minutes and saw his role diminish in key moments. This led to mounting frustration, further reinforcing the idea that the Warriors were ready to move on from him as a foundational piece. The decision to bring Thompson off the bench was largely due to the emergence of younger players as well as concerns over his defensive effectiveness post-injury. While Klay remained an elite shooter, his lateral quickness had declined, making him more of a liability on defense. This adjustment was difficult for him, who had prided himself on being a two-way player. 3. Disrespectful final contract offer. The Warriors' final contract offer to Thompson was a 2-year extension worth approximately $24 million annually. While this was still a significant amount, it was far below what Klay believed he deserved, especially when compared to other contracts the Warriors had handed out in recent years. Thompson was seeking a longer deal that provided both financial security and a statement of commitment from the franchise. Instead, he found that commitment elsewhere, ultimately signing a 3-year $50 million contract with the Dallas Mavericks, giving himself a fresh start and stability. The move to Dallas presented an opportunity for Thompson to play a key role alongside Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Now that Luka is gone, he's playing with Kyrie and Anthony Davis with the hope of contending for another championship. For Klay, the decision was about more than just money. It was about feeling wanted. The Mavericks made it clear that they valued his experience. Their offer allowed him to be a key contributor on a team with legitimate title aspirations. In contrast, the Warriors' offer signaled that they viewed him as a player on the decline rather than an essential piece moving forward. And you, Finn, what do you think about Klay Thompson's situation? Write to us in the comments.